Welcome, my darlings of rock and roll. Welcome to another episode of the Hellion Rebellion Rock and Roll Association, brought to you by Holly Geist. I have a very good one for you tonight. I absolutely love this band. I love this record. We are going to look at a band called the Muff Divers. The Muff Divers get started around 2013, and this is their very first full-length record. It would show up in 2017, and this is the last we've heard of the fantastic Muff Divers. These guys are involved in all kinds of projects. They're one of those kind of bands where they're just all over the place, but you know what? It's been about 7 years. Might be time for a new Muff Divers record. Again, this comes out in 2017, 16 or 17. It is mastered by the legendary Giza X, and it is also on the legendary Lumpy Records, which at one time was called Total Punk Records. There's only two people in the band. They have a drum machine, and they really remind me of a lot of that early 80s, late 70s power pop music. They kind of remind me of the Marked Men, High Tension Wires, those kinds of bands. There's moments where they kind of get into the pop punk thing, and I really don't want to say pop punk with this. Maybe more like All or Descendants or something like that. But then I'm looking at a lot of the reviews on this record recently, and I can't believe how many times people said this is neo-glam or it's glam. And being a product of the 80s, the first thing that comes into my mind are the big hair bands of the 80s, and I'm like, this doesn't sound anything like Trickster. It doesn't sound like Skid Row. It doesn't sound like Kicks. It doesn't sound like these bands. Like, where are you getting glam? And then I'm like, oh, yeah, okay. Here I am trying to be a professor of rock and roll, and I forget that glam gets its start in the 70s. And lo and behold, there's a song on here called Laser Love, which is a T-Rex song. Great T-Rex song. And I'm like, oh, this is the glam you're talking about is T-Rex and David Bowie and Slade and New York Dolls. This is the glam you're talking about. You're not talking about, Motley Crue and Quiet Riot. that glam, the 70s glam, the original glam. That's what you're talking about. And once I realized that, I'm like, oh, yeah, I totally hear that, actually. The other thing about this record is And listen up, vinyl community. Listen up, VC. If you want a really cool thread, this is one of those rare records that sounds good at the speed it's not intended to be played at. I mean, I know all of us who buy vinyl, you have some records where, like, you could listen to it at 45, you could listen to it at 33, and it still sounds good. This is one of those records. In fact, when I bought this, I had no idea what it was, and I just love the album cover. I mean, I love the DIY aspect of the product itself. I honestly thought this thing was supposed to be played at 33 speed, and I probably listened to it that way for about a week before I went online and listened to some other stuff on YouTube and Bandcamp and things like that, and I was just like, oh, I'm not listening to this at the right speed at all. So yeah, there you go. There's a good thread. 3 records that you could listen to at 33 or 45 speed. I can name 2 right now, and that's one of them. But yeah, that got rectified. Now I listen to it on the right speed. So, without further ado, I think we should jam this thing. This is an amazing record. I think if you watch my show, you're probably going to really like this. And that's all I have. I was really thinking about playing Laser Love, but I think I'm just going to play the first 2 songs because the first song really shows off the glam, shows off what these guys are doing. And the second song has more of the power pop kind of punk thing going on. So let's I'm just going to let the first 2 songs play. But definitely check out their version of T-Rex's Laser Love. All right, let's do it. My bad. Um, I'm gonna play Laser Love because they do an incredible version of that song. So let's go ahead and do it. Okay, there you go. The Muff Divers from Chicago, Illinois. A wonderful band. There's not a bad song on this record. Uh, yeah, they need to come out with a new record. I don't know what they're doing with these other projects because this is the one. This is the one that they need to be doing. Such a weird sound. It's power pop. You got the Jesus and Mary chain drum machine going on, and then you got T Rex glam going. It's such a unique sort of band or musical unit, whatever you want to call it. So that's all I have for you tonight. Everything I learned about the martial arts, I learned from the Karate Kid. And I will see you next time.